It says we're live. Welcome everybody, and hey Pam and hey Susie. We have been sitting here having coffee and chatting. Let me see who's in here real quick. There's Huawei already throwing those links, and he may be the only one. He is. So hopefully some people will come in once the notification goes out. And I didn't get the stream set up till about 7. So
well, we appreciate the links, that's for sure.
Yes, we do.
He does an amazing job with those links.
He has all of our links on there, and he has like a link tree. So, and he keeps that updated. And by the way, talking about updated, I did talk to Mike some more, Mike Adam, and he's on Facebook, but he still doesn't have his internet because in Kansas, where he lives, to have internet, you have to have a driver's license. And I'm like, I never heard of that.
That's ridiculous. What?
I know. And he said it has something. I think it has something to do with his housing. He didn't come out and say that. He got into a lower, income, affordable housing. He waited on a house for a while. That was part of his delay. But he said he's just I could tell that he was really aggravated. He said he's so sick of government bureaucracy, and I get that, but I never heard of anything like that. And he's afraid he may have to retake his driving test. So I don't know. I don't know if his license expired or what's happened, but
note to self to stay away from Kansas.
Right. Don't move there, Susie.
Nope. Never make it there.
We can't lose you on the stream, you know that. We can't lose your internet. But anyway, he says he hoped to be in 2 to 3 weeks, depending on the driver's license foolishness. So I told him we missed him and we loved him.
That just doesn't make sense to me. I got rehomed a new reptile. I forgot to tell you.
Oh, what'd you get?
Up here, he's sleeping right now, but it was a leopard gecko.
Oh, cool.
My girlfriend that I go skating with, she's like the age of my daughters. She said her neighbor has 2 geckos together, and I said, "Oh, you got to be careful because they could fight to the death. And they could be fine for years, and then all of a sudden." And she said, "Well, that's kind of what happened, but not to the death. Did you want to take one?" I'm like, "Absolutely, absolutely." She goes, "Well, his feeding regimen is he eats once a week." I'm like, "Once a week? Once a week?" I said, "Well, he's gonna get fat here because they don't get fed once a week here. We take off on Sundays of feeding, but I still feed them."
I've read a lot of sources say to feed them 3 or 4 times a week or every other day. But mine are begging for food between that, so I usually feed them. I may take off 2 days a week. So.
And I think he has the snow gene in him because his eyes are all black.
Oh, how cool.
Black. Oh, wow. Beautiful.
Awesome. It's a male for sure?
No. But I went to get him out of the thing and put him in the enclosure, and he tried to bite me. I said, "Does anybody ever handle him?" They said, "Nah, not in years. They just..." I'm like, "Oh, poor baby." Okay.
Have you ever been bitten by one of those?
Yes. They're like 100 little razors.
Yes.
Ugh.
I think I'd rather be bitten by an alligator.
Yep.
I got bit by one.
I picked my hand up. It was still attached to me, and he was in that frantic mode, and I thought, I'm going to lose my finger. Wow.
They've got some power behind that little mouth, I'll tell you.
They sure do.
Yeah.
I never worried after that about feeding them mealworms or super worms or they can chew through everything.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Well, that's awesome.
So I'm pretty happy about my addition, but I had to rearrange everything to make room for it.
What have you got him in? What do you have him in? Is that
It's a 20-gallon long front opening, and I had to put the UVB light inside because it won't go through the glass. So it's inside. That's what those legs are. It's holding the light up. And then I gave him 3 different hides: a hot hide that's moist, a warm hide that's dry, and a cool hide that's moist.
So you give your UVB. I do too, but you've probably seen there's some people that say they really don't need it because they're primarily nocturnal, but
right.
I don't know.
Well, I think they're more crepuscular.
Right.
Because I see his activity a lot.
Well, mine all 3 come out. Mine all three bask. So
Yours do?
yeah,
Yeah,
they
mine
all.
do too. He sits out there. My African fat tail is the only one that doesn't, but that's not a leopard gecko. That's an African fat tail, and he like stays inside his hive.
Yeah, yeah.
He comes out to eat and goes right back in.
Well, it's not going to hurt them, and it could help them.
No.
Anything that's going to help their health, their bone density and all that. I'm all for it. So
Yeah.
I'm all for it. Well, I
So I'm
still
pretty
have.
excited about him.
I still have my three, and they were all rehomes. One that was brought to the Ark, and then a male and female I got from one of my local pet/fish stores.
Now, do they live together?
No, they don't stay together. Two of them were surrendered together, but that's why a younger person, I didn't ask the age, brought them in and said her dad didn't know how to take care of them, and they were fighting. And it is a male and a female, but still, I separated.
They could still kill each other.
Yeah, I separated them and then he would try to attack her through the glass. I had them by each other,
Oh, wow.
but I moved them where they can't see each other. So
Yeah.
but that's weird. But they seem very happy to be by themselves.
They are. I truly believe that reptiles really don't need friends. Some might be more community driven,
Yeah,
but very few need
yeah,
another gecko or another tortoise or another. Just don't.
right. It's
We do. We like to see them in a big group because we like people. Well,
yeah.
some of us like people.
We project, some of us, not all of us here, but some of us. But yeah, I've been doing like an informal. I do keep notes, so I don't know, like a research thing on my corn snakes, and I've had that going over a year. And I started out with hatchlings, and then some as those grew, I added a few other juveniles that weren't quite hatchlings, and I have 7 of them in a 33 long. They've got plenty of room, But I mean, the corn snake police got a hold of me in a live stream the other night, and I mean, they tore me up, Susie. And it was a young girl. She looked maybe 15 because I went and looked at her page, and she didn't have any snakes. She didn't have corn snakes.
So how can she say? What does she know?
Well, she was saying, that they're probably stressed out and they're competing for basking and for hiding and all that. They pile up in a pile together. They don't compete for anything. I only have that one that I call a street punk, and it's a normal, and it will go over and grab the mice so if other snakes don't get them down. So I, as a result of that, keep more stuff in that one's mouth so it doesn't try to steal the others, or I take it out. But that's the only competition they ever have. Everybody gets, plenty to eat, and so that may change.
I feel like if I made it
but
very
she probably
public,
read an article one time, so now she's an expert.
Well, that's what I thought, but anyway.
Yeah, I feel like if I made it public that my Chinese water dragons live together, people would do the same thing.
Oh.
I don't make it public. I just don't hide it. It's just they're fine. They live together. It's a 6 foot by 4 foot by 4 foot, 2-story high, with a 20-gallon aquarium in there, and they just got so many places to hide and run.
Yeah,
they're fine.
Yeah, right. Well, if
people are funny,
this could change when these snakes become sexually mature,
right?
Or that.
Oh, sure. Once one of them wants to start breeding.
That's why I'm keeping it, and I got a female a few months ago, and she's just too big for them. I'm afraid she could eat them, and so I keep her separate. And she has to have live anyway. I haven't been able to break her.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted her because she's really pretty. But, I'm using some common sense. I've never kept corn snakes. But, yeah, she would probably fight them and eat them. And that's somebody big, an adult going in the group. So.
Now, I did hear garter snakes are community.
Yeah, well, that's what we were saying the other night on, I guess it was Pam's stream, Pam. Yeah. Dragon Lair, Patrick came up on Pam's stream the other night. I asked him.
No way.
I asked him.
I
was talking to him, and I said, Dr. Black, like you can't make it tonight, but will you surprise Pam and come up? So he did. And so he was giving me some resources and saying lots of snakes, like rattlesnakes and.
I've seen tons of rattlesnakes, and garter snakes will be in like balls of.
They hibernate together.
Hundreds and hundreds of snakes in one great big mound.
So to say that snakes are solitary is not entirely true.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Hibernation might be a communal thing for safety and for to have the best place, and so they're not disturbed. I mean, I'm sure there's a reason that they, started that behavior, but still, I like to push the boundaries with fish. I've always done that, and you find out sometimes that just because people say this fish is aggressive or this or that, it's not entirely true with all of them. So anyway, I won't ever open my mouth again about something that's not strictly by what's printed.
I'm always looking for what can cohabitate with what when it comes to my reptiles.
I know.
I don't care if I have to build a bigger enclosure, but for some turtles to live with frogs, to live with, because out in the wild they do, as long as they have enough space and they have their own area. So I would love to replicate something like that.
Look how many tadpoles or how many little froglets live in a little pond together.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
it's just,
I'd be curious, why everybody is so against it. Maybe they think every keeper keeps them in 10-gallon tanks.
It's one of my oil paintings. Hang on a second. I'll move out of the way so you can see my oil.
this young lady started asking me what size tank are they in. And
Oh my gosh, you should have lied.
But she didn't know what a 33 long was. She asked me the dimensions, and I'm like, well, if they're not supposed to be together, what does it matter? I won't ever do that again.
Oh my God, these people are funny.
What did you say, Pam?
I had people. Trash Cat said she liked my antlers, so I was showing her my oil painting background. It's one of my oil paintings.
Trash Cat, how was your week?
She had a good week.
Mm-hmm. Well, you were talking about you had to move things around, Susie, and I was going to maybe talk about if we were bored or it got a lull, kind of like this, that I'm moving my reptiles. I really, really have outgrown this dining room. I meant to have like 2 snakes in here, but that was 4 or 5 years ago, and I really have no space to sit anything. I really can hardly get around here, and I trip over cords all the time. So I'm going to put them in a bedroom where I used to have my rainbow fish.
Yep.
And put them on the rack. I'm taking those plexiglass or acrylic tanks down. I've got them drained. I've got to get the gravel out, and I'm moving them over. But I can get 4. There are 2 shelves right now. I may be able to put a 3rd one on, but I'm going to put 4 40 gallons on each end of the 2 shelves, and then a 29 long in the middle. I've measured each of them. So that'll give me 6 decent size enclosures. Right. But I have more. I have 55s and a couple more 40s, and so I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to try to get everybody out of here and into that room.
So where are you moving your plexiglass to? Or are you just going to put them on Marketplace or something?
I'm just going to sit them in the floor or in the garage or something for now.
Right.
They're divided. They're like from the fish store. They're 100 gallons each, but 4 panels.
Okay.
And a couple of them share water. It'll move back and forth. Like if you fill one end, they'll all fill, but one of them doesn't. You have to fill each panel. So I got them from Rob, that's on Tennessee Fish Mafia. So
well, moving stuff around, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 nano tanks sitting here. I would love to set them up. Yeah. I love decorating and creating aquatic gardens and nano tanks, but I have no place to put them.
Yeah.
Like I have totally run out of space. So I'm thinking about just moving them somewhere for storage for now until the time comes where I don't know.
You've got some, no, you don't either. I started to say you've got some overhead space there, but you don't.
None. This one here is because my daughter has one of her geckos in a 20-gallon high, but on its side. So she lays it down. So that's what this space is for. If I lay down a 20-gallon would fit, it would just come off a little bit. So I would have to put an extra board to support the depth of it. But she's got a 2-story with caves all over. She handmade all this stuff. But as she goes through these phases, she feels like she's not doing her gecko justice because she doesn't take it out. And I said, not all reptiles are handled Like you don't handle them. You just
Yeah.
watch them from afar. But
Some of them tolerate it, and some of them seem like I have the one snake that I hold a lot. That I do hold several of my snakes, but one I hold online, and she hasn't noticed me yet. But Princess is watching the mice that have been in there
Aw.
2 weeks. See the mice? They haven't eaten.
yeah.
2 weeks. Oh, there's somebody's head. There she is. She usually, when I go live, she starts watching and then she wants out up here. But anyway,
Ah.
yeah. But, you know, it's probably the body heat. I'm a big guy, and I'm sure there's a lot of heat sitting around my neck. And, you know, that's what it is. So she knows a good thing. I'm sure it's not affection. It's just that's a heat
Well,
source.
it's also getting out, change of scenery. They love to be entertained. So I don't think that's, because they love me, they want to come to me. But I think they do like to get out and stretch their skin.
Bob is a 29.
Steal your glasses and or whatnot.
Right. BJ, no, a 29 and a tall 20 are two different sizes.
Yes.
There is $9 9 gallons difference. If I get up, I'll show you. If you remind me, I'll show you a 20 tall and a 29 tall. And I've got
I do have a 33 long. I love that footprint. But I have my axolotls. But I love that footprint.
Jinx, I was just going to say I have 33 longs. One of them.
Isn't that perfect for snakes?
Well, that's one of the ones that has the 7 little corn snakes in it. They're growing. And one of them had my axolotls that are gone. I've drained it down. It's dry. And then one is sitting with one fish in it on my big desk over there. So I'm going to move that fish and drain it. So I may end up making a rack myself. I have plenty of lumber. So
yeah.
We'll see. It's fun. But I can move some of my snakes that have gotten bigger up to larger tanks. And I have two new snakes coming that I won on the US Ark on the auction on there. I'd never tried that auction, and I got 2 gorgeous snakes, a male and a female. They're ball pythons, and you can pay 25% down, and you have 2 weeks to pay it off. Shipping, no matter if you get 30 snakes or 2 snakes or 1 snake, it's a flat fee of $59.
Did you get the snake shed or just put the money down?
Did I do what now?
Did you get the snake shed or just put the money down?
I just put the money down.
Oh, cool.
Because I'll get paid again next Wednesday, and I have other things. You know, you have bills you have to pay, so
yeah.
It was just over $400 for the 2, but I got awesome deals on both of them.
And are you planning on breeding them?
Oh, for sure, yeah, they're breeder size. One of them's almost breeder size, but yeah.
Wow.
One of them is the pied. It's a yellow belly pied, so it has flames coming up from the belly. And it's so wide in places where it doesn't have the pied marking, you can't see it on paper. Like in the picture, when they took the picture, it looks like the snake's just chopped in pieces.
Right.
Beautiful, gorgeous. But anyway, yeah, so I don't have anything to put them in this second either. So that's why I said, let me just put them on layaway kind of here. But it's a really nice thing, that auction. I was surprised. And every day they add new things, and then auctions close.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think I would get in trouble.
Well, they have all kinds of reptiles, not just snakes. So, and you can get some really nice things, on there for, low dollar. Yeah. Both of these snakes were half price, if not a little bit less than that. So I'm pleased. I'm happy. But they're both going to need a 40 breeder. So, but I've got them. I've got them sitting dry. I just got to get them in there.
Yeah, I love my 40-gallon breeder rack. They were less than $100, and I can fit 2. Technically, I could fit 3 if I wanted to step out on a stool. But I use the top shelf as storage.
Yeah, I remember that setup when you did that video a couple years ago.
There's 10 40-gallon breeders against my wall.
Yeah. It was one of my favorite videos of yours. I'm like, 40 breeders, all of them.
Oh my God, something about that thumbnail. So I was learning about Photoshop at the same time as making that thumbnail. So I carved off about 30 pounds off my butt. I went, That just cracked me up. I was like, wow. And just like that, I know how the big movie stars do it. They just go whoop, whoop, whoop.
Wow. I'm going to send you a picture and see if you can get rid of this turkey neck and send it back to me. No, I got to keep my turkey neck. What was I going to say about the 40s? Oh, this one I was hoping to get 3 across, but it's only like 12 and a half inches for the third one. So those 29 talls and 20 talls fit perfectly in there. So I'll just have those in the middle. And like I say, I may be able to add a third rack down lower. We'll see how it goes.
And what about something like I did with my, probably 5 years ago, my 20-gallon logs, I put them lengthwise. So the shelf was a little deeper.
Yeah.
But I could fit so many. Would that be harder for snakes because you got that long wise in there, or would that work?
Well, you mean turn the rack around and have like an end to the wall and be able to go on both sides?
So like all the 40-gallon breeders, you're only seeing the 12 by 12.
Right.
And the rest is just, or 18 by 18, and the rest is just long.
Right. Oh, that's the way they're going to be, with the rack against the wall. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
I should go in there. You guys may have ideas. Let me show you real quick, okay? And see if you got. Now, this is what I've got to move out of here, just to give you an idea. I got some reptiles to move. I know that was fast, but look at that cuteness right there. I don't know if you can see her.
Oh my goodness.
She's about to shed, I think, so she's soaking. All right, so there's that, and she came out. She'll be up there big, and I'll be holding her when I come back. Just getting her a drink. She's getting ready. I'm moving the bedroom set. That's why I've got a headboard here out of there into my bedroom. Oh, and it's a wreck in here, so this whole bedroom is vacant. I mean, nothing else going on.
All right.
I still got to get that frame out, and I can go back to a double bed because I've gotten rid of tanks. You can see all the floaters that as the water level went down.
Blow yourself up so we can see better.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, I have that same mirror right behind you. I have that mirror.
That's the dresser. Everything's really dusty.
Yeah, but that mirror that you have, my grandfather made 4 of them.
Oh, cool.
I have 3 of them, just like that.
I
forget what kind of period piece that is, but that's what he made.
Mine's not expensive, I don't think. I've had this set since it's got one nightstand that's all dusty too.
And you have all this room? You can make this your reptile room?
This is going to be the reptile room because I've got it. And I'm hoping.
So wonderful.
I may or may not move that out, but I may cover it with something that drapes, like a black cloth or something, so you can't see, and take the mirror off and store it behind it.
Oh, wow.
So that's that home interior stuff. You ever heard of that? Yeah. My mother used to sell that, so she would always try to pin us down to buy something. Anyway, here's what I've got is these racks with the plexiglass.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So I'll have, 40, 40, and then a 40, 40. And then in the middle, I've got room for a 20 tall or a 29 tall. But I'm thinking I'm going to take it and put it on this wall to give me more room. And then I can put racks and stuff beside it or on this wall and on that wall. So, and that wall. So there's plenty of room. I just got to get all this out. I'm working on it.
You have a great landscape there to build and create. I love it.
And this room is dirty. This room has what do you call it? Flooring, linoleum. I took the carpet out of here. I was sick of it and put linoleum down. No wood or anything.
Are you any good with like wood, making 2x4 shelves and stuff?
That's what I'm thinking because I've got that cat shelter thing that the tornado tore up out back and I don't use anymore anyway for the ark. And I've got lots of 2x4s and stuff in there.
Oh my gosh, that's what you should do. Make your own custom to what you want.
Yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do. Decide, maybe for the 23s. And, I'd like to be able to do like 2 rows of 10s for like the frogs and stuff like that. So, but we'll see. It's a process. I've got maybe 10 days till I have to pay for those guys and ship them.
Right.
So, yep. And I did all of this on Pam's stream the other night. So, Pam, I'm sorry. That's the
you're fine.
bathroom. This is just a ranch style house, but this is the pond. It literally is a pond.
Oh
But I
wow! Look how much space you got, Bob. I'm so
this
jealous.
used this used to be my old office when I worked from home the last 5 years for Blue Cross as a case manager. Anyway, there's my other chair. Anyway, they came and took their desk and chair when I retired. But I forget how many gallons this thing is, but it's a big pond. And when I started putting the metal things together, I just got disgusted or something and
Yeah.
stopped it. But this is where my pacu are going to go in here.
Right.
But and also my Jack Dempsey's. I thought I'd let that school of fish be in here.
Wow, that would make a beautiful cichlid aquarium or pond. Yeah.
It's 8 feet by 8.5 by 6 by
Wow.
26 inches. And
That's
I
a
was
lot of
thinking,
water. How many gallons is that?
well, I hope somebody can figure it out. I don't know. It's enough, but I was going to only do it like 2/3 full. And I can put extra support under here because there's a, you can't stand up underneath this end of the house, but you can like duck walk. You know, you don't have to crawl. You know what duck walking is? Stoop down and walk. So there's room to get under there and put more support if I need it. I don't know. 8.5 by 6 by 26 inches. It's more than they're in now. They're in the 180.
Yeah.
And I also have this old TV thing here that has shelves on it. It's a corner unit, so I might even be able to use that in the reptile. I want to try to make it look all alike, you know, and be uniform.
That's so cool. I love doing that. I love building and creating and renovating, and especially when it comes to my animals.
Here's Susie.
Seems like
and
the
Pam.
job is never done though.
Well, once I get this stuff out of here, I just get that ready in there and can start getting this out. It's just, you can see there are cords everywhere, and it's not safe. Say, hey, Susie.
Hello, Floyd. Hello. Hi.
Say hello.
Hi there.
Hi, sweetheart.
He knows Pam's voice. Say hi there. Hey, Bob messed up my playhouse in the bathroom.
Hi there.
Hi there.
I took he tore up, I had it like a wicker thing that you put toiletries and stuff on, and he chewed it up, literally. So I put his big perch that came with him that used to be on the people's porch in there and all of that. Oh gosh, that was a jump scare right there. Sorry. So, I don't know. We'll see. I just gotta make myself get in there and do it. It's the cleaning out and stuff I don't like, but I'm making progress.
My cat's in heat. She won't leave me a bean.
Oh no.
But because I weigh her, she just crossed over the 5-pound mark finally.
So
She's
she
like
can
a
get
year and a
space.
half, so now I can get her fixed. The vet wouldn't fix her. I said, she's going to end up having kittens. I know her. She's trying to get out all the time.
She may get a suitor come though and get in, so be careful. Worm is under the weather. 2 nights ago, we were sitting in at the big desk, and when I got up, she was sitting behind me, and she somehow twisted her leg in the chair, and I was trying to move her back legs, and her hip popped, like it popped back in joint or something. And of course, I have like anti-inflammatory all the time from the vet, and so I gave her that the last 2 days, and she's coming back around, but she doesn't feel well. Yes, she's a baby. She's one of the ugliest dogs I've ever had, but that makes her the cutest thing in the world.
Yeah.
She's a baby.
Aww.
Uh-oh. What was that?
That was Star.
Oh.
She was like over by Mario, so come to your own conclusions on that.
Trash cat. I haven't been looking at the chat at all. Obviously. Bob, you're moving. Oh, that was kind of a, what do you call that? When you put something that's not entirely true that gets your attention in your thumbnail.
Oh, clickbait.
Clickbait, yeah.
I put it in the description. I said I'm moving, and then I said ... to the next room or something like that.
Okay, see you later, BJ.
Well, I was putting a short, and I was talking about moving stuff around, and then my brother and someone else was like, "Are you moving? Where are you moving to?" I'm like, "I'm not moving. I'm just moving animals around to make room."
Yeah.
But I didn't realize it sounded like I said I was moving.
Well, yeah, I saw that, and it's especially since you've been talking about, moving somewhere.
Tennessee.
So I saw that, and I was like, "Oh, where's she moving to?" And then I read it, and it's like, "Oh, she's just moving stuff around for lizards and stuff."
No, just moving and making room for more.
I've got racks that have tanks on them too that are sitting empty. I'm probably down to 50 tanks now that have fish in them. Yeah, from 84. So.
Wow.
Yep. I almost bought fish at the store the other day, but I didn't. I'm like, what are you doing? You don't need any fish.
I did. I got the discus.
Oh,
nice.
I know. Those are great. I almost bought two little baby yellow severums. They were only $10, and they were like.
Did you get them?
No, he had a little school of them. They were locally bred, and I'd have to put them in the 180, and they'd be fine in there. But I didn't get them. I thought you don't need any more fish. I have fish I want to put in there. 2 female rainbow cichlids. I've got rainbows in there already. I just got to tear that tank down still. Bless her heart. Does she scream at night?
This one, yeah.
Yeah. That's the prime time she's looking for a date.
And any other time, she holds her own against the 2 Labrador puppies. But when she's in heat, she just lies there. I'm like, oh my God. So I have to be her protector during that week or whatever. Because she doesn't even move. The dogs would just pick her up like a rag doll. And she would be like, oh, I like this.
I calculated, sorry about the no shot, a pool 8 foot by 6 foot. 793. Yeah, it's 8.5 foot, but so yeah, I want to say it's like 825 gallons or something like that.
I would, for the just sake of remembering, the 800-gallon pond. That's beautiful. Wow.
Thank you, Lucky, for doing that.
And you're not worried about it leaking?
Well, that's why I keep it in there. I've got to fill it up, and that room has carpet. It's the only carpet left in my house, and I left it that way because it was my office.
And what's underneath your house? Is it a basement or is it concrete?
That's that like crawl space, but you can like duck walk under there. I was saying it's not and it is concrete. The bottom of it's finished with concrete, so I could easily put support under there if I needed to.
You have to.
But I didn't put any support in for the 180, and then there's a 125 on the other side of it. So I think I'll be good.
I think the 800 gallons would be more spread out.
It'll take up a lot of that room. I'll still have room to get around, of course, and have the vents and the window and all that.
Right. And there's not a lot of weight on the poles, right? It's all in the pond. The poles are just that sounds like it'd be fine.
But yeah,
I've never set up one.
I've already got the pump and the spillway and, the gravel. I've been riding that around since January in the back of my truck. 4 big bags of gravel to put in it, but I'll get it eventually. I got to get this reptile room first.
Yeah, I'm trying to prioritize.
I think about putting them in there by themselves, and they're so social, those pacu are. There's one of them. Well,
I got water in my fish room.
All right.
I'm so happy. It's like right here, right next to all my tanks.
That's awesome.
I don't have to go down the hall, around the corner, past the washer and dryer to the mop sink. That was torturous.
Yeah. If I didn't have this python, I think it's a 50 foot, it may be more than that, but it'll reach all the way to those acrylic tanks from my washroom in the kitchen.
And can you use those acrylic tanks for reptiles or no?
You can, but I was thinking about the lid to it, and I thought, well, why not just keep them there, clean them out good, and because they're not perfect anyway. They're scratched up. You know, they were used in the store, but they're only 25 gallons each. So the footprint's not a whole lot bigger than a 20, or maybe, but they're 25, and they're taller than they are. So it really wouldn't accomplish what I wanted to do. You know, to move them up to bigger tanks. Somebody was telling me that I had nice setups and stuff the other day in a stream. I guess people went and looked while we were on TikTok, and another person said they are nice, but they're small. And I said, you're right. I've got to move some of those out of there and get them moved up. They've grown.
Right. That makes sense.
Yep. And I wasn't ready to break down those big tanks then.
Yeah.
I was trying to calculate off the top of my head. Oh, BJ's probably right. Did she give a different number? It couldn't have been a whole lot different. Let's see. The volume of that pool is 585 gallons.
Wow.
That sounds close.
That sounds 600 gallons. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds right, because I was thinking it tripled how much they're in now if I filled it all the way up. There's the calculator thing.
So if you take, hang on a second.
Pam knows math.
185.
Use your math, Pam.
I'm using my calculator. So you got to figure that's going to be 4,680 pounds, 0.8 pounds. So you better make sure you got good braces underneath of it.
Yeah, that's almost 5,000 to 6,000 pounds. Wow. Yeah, wow.
Or when I go in there, do like they do on thin ice, lay down and crawl. spread my weight out.
That's right. When you walk in that room, you got to do the army crawl.
Right. I might go under there because I've got all that wood and just brace it up some anyway. It won't hurt anything.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even know how to do that. What do you brace up?
Sure. Wouldn't take that much to brace it up.
No, I've got 4x4s and 4x4s. I just have to take wire off of them and cut them up and stuff.
And what would you brace up? Like the beams that go that way?
I guess the weight bearing. I have to get under there and look and see what I looked at it before I got this pond nearly a year ago, and I thought, well, it looks okay, but still, it's not going to hurt to brace up.
That's what I say when my car stops and I open the hood. It looks okay.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know what would look bad, but okay.
Hey, Paul McCarthy. He was getting ready to eat breakfast somewhere just before this stream. It sure looked good. Yeah.
Mountain Top says he had to brace up his fish room.
Did you? Okay. I kind of use this 180 as like a compass or a level behind me. And when we first filled it up, and I didn't set it in here. It took 4 big guys because it's glass to put it in here for me and put it right in the middle of the room back there. But it's perfectly level, and it stayed that way. No, side of it's dipped or at all. So it must be supporting it fine.
There we are.
There we are.
I was like, where'd I go? I was trying to see the chat. I can't see the chat. I'm on my phone, not my computer, so I don't.
I'm on my phone too, and I do all the time now. I did get a new computer, but I've hardly used it. Don't even have my YouTube on there. Let's see, breakfast was good. I meant to take a picture. I'm glad somebody else does that, takes a picture of food. Lurkers. Yep, we do appreciate the lurkers.
We got a few minutes left. I just got to show this cute little guy because he's not getting any bigger, but he sure is cute.
Let me blow you up.
He's going to blow me up. This is my baby Reeves turtle.
Oh, he's so cute.
He is just little. He's probably 1.5 years now already, and he's still just little. just so little, but he was sitting here like really going after the glass like he was coming after me. I'm like, let me pull
You
him
know,
out.
I will be honest, the last couple of weeks, I told y'all before that I've thought about a turtle before, but I just didn't want the mess and all that. But I really, really am interested in like small aquatic turtles. And I have all these tanks that I'm moving and repurposing. And so I've been looking at small aquatic turtles. So
there are quite a few that stay small. The Reeves turtle is one of them. It doesn't get bigger than really 4 or 5 inches.
which
The
one,
musk
Reese?
turtle is also one that stays very, very small. Like, you want to see a full-grown Reeves turtle?
Yes. I should have been talking to you, Susie, the whole time. And Pam, no comments from you about that
This one
tank
is
back
like
there.
7 years old.
Oh my gosh,
He
it's
is.
tiny.
He's little. But he's full
What
grown.
kind is?
He's full grown.
Oh, so cute.
What
I
kind is it?
know. That's what I'm
Stink
saying.
pot.
And this one likes
Hey,
basking
Coral.
in water. But if you got the eastern musk turtle, it stays much smaller than this, and it very rarely ever wants to bask. It loves swimming in water.
And what kind was that?
That was the Reeves turtle. That was
Coral.
the bigger one of that baby I showed you. And as soon as I said eastern musk, my eastern musk scooted around the back. Yeah, a stink pot. That's what an eastern musk is, a stink pot. They stay small. They love to water. Mine very rarely ever bask. They ever come out to bask. They're always trying to catch my white cloud mountain minnows, but they can't ever seem to get them. They're so cute.
How much room do one of those need?
You could probably have one in a 20-gallon long.
Oh, I've got a
At
bunch of
least for the
those.
first 4 or 5 years. If you had a 40-gallon, that's the whole lifetime. You could have a couple in there.
I've got a couple, maybe 2 or 3 40 breeders I'm not going to use probably.
Yeah, and you can I have fish with them. So don't listen to people that say, no, you can't have fish. They'll just eat them.
No, I know
Super
better.
fast fish. Oh, yeah.
I know better than that,
It's
Diego.
the size of a dinner plate.
Right. I know better than that.
I got a couple outside that were rehomed to me. They're huge. They say the males get a little smaller, but they're huge.
I won't have a tank big enough for that.
No, you need the 180.
Yeah, I can't give up my 180, and I'd be afraid to put it.
They will eat all the fish. They will eat. They can catch all the fish.
Yeah,
Not
and
like
it would probably.
They try.
It'd probably bite through that super space age nylon stuff that pond's made out of too.
Oh my gosh! I hope you do get a turtle.
Well, we'll see.
And then, of course, you could always get a diamondback terrapin. Beautiful, spectacular colored fish. Yes, beautiful.
I'd rather have water, something that's going to be mainly in the water. And I wish
they like water and land. The musk turtle, that little stink pot turtle, it's going to stay small. And according to your state laws, you might be able to have 2 or 3.
Yeah, I'd like to have more than
I'm
one.
only allowed to be in possession of 1 eastern musk turtle.
What are those ones where Tish was showing us? I didn't see that.
That was the stink pot. What are those ones, Tish? Oh, I don't know those. I don't know those.
Terrapins are water turtles. See,
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they are water turtles, but they love to bask. Mine has a pond outside and land. So he comes up on the land, digs a little bit, goes back in the water.
Yeah, twinsies.
Yeah, that's I love turtles, man, though.
But now,
turtles and tortoises, I love them both.
Don't turtles like company? Like you see them sometimes basking, a bunch of them on a log together?
They're just fighting for the best sun. They're not
So they-
like being all friendly and cuddling. Nope.
So they do compete. Okay.
Yeah. So I come down here sometimes, and even though there's 5 areas, they're all in one area, stacked on top of each other. And the one on the bottom stays wet. He doesn't need to dry off. So
Doesn't get any sun.
right.
Here comes the thunderstorm.
Uh-oh, it's coming.
Yep, the wind's starting to howl through, and yep, it's almost on top of me.
What
Maybe
time is
it's almost time for us to get out of here. We got about 10 minutes.
it? Okay.
So, but if you go off, Pam, we'll probably go ahead and end up. So,
Well, hopefully I won't, but I can never guarantee because sometimes they do knock the internet out for a little bit.
yeah.
I don't need to be Big Bob.
I'm enjoying looking at you, Susie.
Let me do something cute. We'll do something cute. We did my baby. This is my baby cat.
She's looking all over for a man looking at her.
Oh, yes, she is.
Bless her heart. I guess I ought to talk to Huawei's friend, Dan the Turtle Man, and see what he would recommend and see if he has any babies or knows anybody that does. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I'd like to rescue some that are going to stay tiny.
You're going to rescue some. Very rarely are you going to find a stink pot or a reef's turtle. You're going to find red air sliders and yellow bellies.
Yeah. That one guy, the young guy that had the ones he was trying to rehome for $1, I think they were red air sliders. I mentioned him like a year ago.
Yeah.
He went out of business. He was over here in North Carolina. And I saw he made a video that he went out of business. He just couldn't, make ends meet with, asking for an adoption fee and shipping them and all that. And people were sending him stuff all the time they didn't want. So.
Yeah. When people call me, the first thing out of my mouth is, I can't take a red air slider. That's the first thing out of my mouth because that's what people are trying to rehome.
They get them at Petco, I bet, and PetSmart.
Well, yeah, and they keep them for 10 years, and then the kids go off to college, and they're done with them.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're going to live for another 40 years. Like, what are you doing? Like,
I started to say they're long-lived, too, yeah.
So that's what I tell my friends who think they want to get a turtle. So just know your kids, when they come back from college, will still have a turtle. And if they get in a relationship with a girl or something, she's going to have to want a turtle because it's a lifetime. It's not like, oh, it's a cute puppy. Even dogs go, 20 years at the most?
Yeah. But look at the mice, how relaxed they are sleeping right by the snake. They have no interest in them. But Princess does. She likes to have a mouse.
She's just staring at him.
Yeah.
She's been doing that for a good week, hasn't she? I mean, every time you stream or anything, I see her standing there staring at the mice.
What kind of reptile is that? You mean the one she's holding? Well, always said, what kind of reptile is that? I guess the one you were holding.
The cat?
I guess.
Oh, it's a tortoise shell, so kind of.
Right.
And these little stink pot turtles, they have the attitude of like a snapping turtle. They're so adorable.
Oh, that's cute. So you keep,
but they just stay little.
Are you keeping just one by itself, or?
Well, right now, all my babies are in here, so I have a variety of baby turtles. My adolescents are in this pond. All the other ones are outside.
Yeah.
I won't bring them in until like November.
Oh my God! I hope I don't get hate comments on here from the turtle popo now. Well, should we go ahead and end up? We just got 5 minutes left.
I think I'm ready to take a nap.
Yeah, I got sprinkles are just starting to hit now, and the temperature just went from 81 to 77. So like in a matter of a couple minutes. So it's
gonna rain.
Just starting to get
coming, girl. Do you have a basement or a bathtub to get in?
No.
No.
Oh, you don't have a bathtub?
But yeah, no. if a tornado hit here, I'd be pretty well screwed. I mean, trailers have a big X on their roof for that.
Oh, right, big target.
Would you grab the dog or the cat, Pam?
Uh-oh.
I just open the cats can take care of themselves. I just open the door for them.
See, I think I would grab Sophie first.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right. Thank you guys, Susie and Pam, for hanging out with me. And thank you in the stream, everybody. And thanks for participating. And thank you, Huawei, for the links. As always, you need to get you some sleep. You had 1 hour last night. And what's the next stream anybody's got coming up? Susie, you're on Sunday evening.
Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern.
I'll be on tomorrow night.
Oh, okay.
At 11 Eastern.
Yeah.
And then we have our Tennessee Fish Mafia right after Susie. And I've got a couple of people that I don't see on streaming. So, I mean, people we know that I've asked.
Oh my gosh, it's Crystal. How are you doing, Crystal? I haven't seen you for a while.
Hey, Crystal. But yeah, I'll tell you, it's Larry D. I've asked, and he said yes. He would just give me the day. And I've asked Ginger Graves because she never live streams, so we'll see. So, all right. Thanks, everybody, and I will see you all this weekend. Bye-bye. Hit the end button.